So today for Norm Academy, we're just going to do some feedback. So feedback, and this is what we call a dyad. This is dyadic feedback. So this could be a sitting dyad or a standing dyad. But basically, a lot of recovery, right? You do your 12 steps, you do your stuff, right? You meditate and you become all spiritual and zen and calm. But how do you make that real in your life? You need some mechanism to make these changes come into your life, and that involves, things like making amends, as they say in AA. Sometimes it means just having a frank conversation. So this is a tool. What you do is you sit with the other person, you look at them in the eye. If it's your spouse or significant other, you can hold their hand, and you do this simple activity. You say these words, you speak from the heart, and then they do the same. Here's a good video on feedback and how I experience you as, and I encourage people to watch that video. So this one is a dyad. So if you do this as a daily practice or a regular practice, you will rehabilitate damaged relationships. So this is a daily practice to rehabilitate damaged relationships. And if they're pretty damaged, you may have to do a lot of it. But it works. And so the gift I see in you is, that's the first one. So, and you don't pre-plan it. You say those words, the gift I see in you is, and then you take the first thing that comes in your mind, in your heart. Okay? There's lots of gifts, we all have them. I really like your hairstyle today. Good, great. Could be deep. I really appreciated how you gave me feedback yesterday. Could be nice shoes, Everyone has lots of gifts. Practice seeing the gifts, and all of a sudden you'll get less hurt from everyone else. And then the next part of it is one thing I need to improve our relationship is. Or you can also add one thing I need from you to improve our relationship. You language can sometimes be confrontational, so then this is just a simple set of words. One thing I need. I need. Okay? We're not demanding. We're asking. So when we say you should do this, that immediately brings a defensive posture. Whereas when you say, I need this, like a beggar is coming to you on the street, you don't feel threatened by them. They're begging for something. They want something. So, and then actually what happens is we feel generous, right? And that's what we need in a relationship, isn't it? We go asking, and we evoke generosity. And maybe that is the start of a deeper, useful conversation. Don't believe me? If you do some spiritual work, some healing work on yourself, right? These things will come as tools that can help bring it about. So, a couple of things about feedback. So, you can do this standing. One person standing next to the other, facing them. You can also do it sitting. Knees close together if it's more of an intimate relationship, or as distant as is comfortable. Eye contact if that's culturally appropriate. Most of the time it is, sometimes it's not. And speak from the heart. One thing, you may go into it saying, they just need to do this, 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 but then you say the words, and you feel it in that moment and you just want to say, I just need you to hear me. Speaking from the heart will yield far better results than speaking from what you think going into that conversation you need. Remember, how you start and how you end is more important than anything you do. So before you start a conversation like this, do some tuning in, do some prayers, do some thing to calm yourself, to ground yourself in like a spiritual way. And you'll find these conversations go very nice. Go in with your head, and you'll find these conversations just blow up. And that's why you avoid these conversations. So this is a way to make your recovery real. Practice it. Daily rehabilitative practice. You don't have to do the second one all the time, but try the first one every day for like a couple of weeks. I did it with my mom for like a couple of weeks, and the first couple of times she's like, you don't mean that. You don't believe that. And other times she'd cry, and then at the end she's like, good. We worked through a lot of stuff just by that simple thing. One gift I see in you is. Okay? So this is a daily practice, right? At Nam, we're all about the daily practice. You can add this stuff to your prayers. You can ask for readiness to have these kinds of conversations. But at Nam, with strangers, it's the easiest thing is to practice these conversations. People you don't know. So in treatment setting, we want you to. Because then you're more likely to have the skills and use them in the really hard relationships that you've really done a lot of damage. But need. So this gives you a road to repair, if you're courageous enough to take it. Does it work? Yeah. Absolutely. That's where we'll leave it today. Forgive me if I misspeak.